Hi everyone, so today is day 3 of our NEET Code DSA question series. I hope that you guys are doing the questions, right? It's just 2 days only, right? अभी हमें consistently 150 days करना है. It's just the beginning. Again, it's just some motivation I'm just adding here, right? So today's problem is to sum. As usual, first of all, we'll be understanding the problem statement, we'll be thinking it loud, we'll be thinking the approaches, and then we'll be proceeding to the coding part. Before proceeding further, if you are new to this channel or if you haven't subscribed, you can consider subscribing my channel and you can follow me on other platforms as well. The link is there in the description itself. With that note, let's get started. So the problem is to sum. Given an array of integers nums and an integer target, return indices of the two numbers such that they add up to target. So you are having an array named as nums and you are having an integer value target. So what you have to do is you have to return the indices of those two numbers, which if you will take, they add up to target. Also, you can assume that each input would be having exactly one solution and you cannot use the same element twice. You can return the answer in any order. So here if you will see, this is our array nums containing 2, 7, 11, 15 and target is 9. So you have to return the indices of those two numbers which will add up to 9. So here you can see 2 plus 7 will get 9 and what is the indexes associated with them? 0, 1. So that's why in the output we are getting 0, 1, right? Because nums 0 plus nums 1 equal 9, we return 0, 1. Similarly, if here you will check target is 6. So if we take 4 and 2, so 4 plus 2 will give us 6. What is the index? 1 and 2. So 1 comma 2 is being returned. Here if you will see, target is 6 and see here 3 and 3 both are at different indexes. Here if you will see here, you cannot use the same element twice. Means let's say 3 has occurred once and the same element you are considering again. So you are saying 3 plus 3 equal to 6. No, this is not how you have to do. So here in this case, as you can see, 1 3 is at index 0 and 1 3 is at index 1. So they both are on different indexes. So that's why we are returning 0 1. Here's the constant being provided, right? Now a follow-up is that can you come up with an algorithm that is less than big of n square time complexity? Okay, so question is clear. I believe that question is clear. Now comes the approach part. So how we can check for this? The most basic, or I would say the first solution that will come to your mind. Again, I'm just mentioning it here. Even if nothing comes to your mind, it's totally fine. अगर कुछ भी नहीं आ रहा है तो it's not like कि give up कर देना है. गिव अप नहीं करना है, वीडियो को एंड तक देखना है, समझनी है सारी अप्रोचेस एंड देन जब अप्रोच समझ गए हो तो फिर खुद से इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करना है एंड देन कुछ दिन बाद ये प्रॉब्लम खुद से सॉल्व करना है. अभी जस्ट वॉच द वीडियो टिल द एंड. इवन इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू कम अप विथ एनी अप्रोचेस, नॉट इवन ब्रूट फोर्स, दैट इज कंप्लीटली फाइन. Cool. So here the first approach that most of you must be able to think is that what we can do is that pick one element. For example, I have chosen 2. Now just do this addition. Matlab pick this one element, I have taken 2. Now I will go through all other elements and I will just sum this element with those elements. Okay, ऊपर से गया क्या? नहीं ना. ओके, तो मेरा मतलब क्या है यहाँ पे, जैसे हमने 2 लिया और बाकी के हमारे जो एलिमेंट्स क्या है 7, 11, 15. सो ये 2 को हम 1 by 1 इन सबसे ऐड कराएंगे. सो और हम चेक करेंगे क्या हमें हमारा टारगेट अचीव हो रहा है. सो हमने 2 लिया, 2 plus 7 equal to 9. चलो अभी तो ये अचीव हो गया. लेट्स से टारगेट कुछ और वैल्यू है तो नहीं अचीव हुआ. 2 plus 11 equal टारगेट, 2 plus 15 equal टारगेट. तो अभी इस केस में व्हाट इज आवर टारगेट? आवर टारगेट इज 9. 2 plus 7 equal 9. The condition got satisfied, right? We have got the pair. We have got the pair. So at the time when your condition is satisfied, right? See, they have mentioned there would be exactly one solution. So you have to return the index. You have to return the index. So here what we are doing is first loop is just to pick one element. Then inside that loop again a loop to iterate or to go through the remaining elements, right? So this would, you can say this is the ith element and in our inner loop we are having certain jth elements and we are just doing the summation of nums I plus nums j. That's how we are checking, right? And if at any case nums I plus nums j is equal to that of target, what we are going to do is that we are going to return ij. Ij is nothing but the indexes. I belongs to our main element which we have chosen and jth to the one we have got from here, right? So like this we will continue. We'll be having two loops, outer loop and inner loop, right? So this approach is like, if I will ask you the time complexity, let me write here also just for your understanding. So the outer loop will be something like this: int I0, I less than nums of length I plus plus. Then here another loop, int j equal to, so same element we don't have to consider, right? So we'll start it with j plus 1, I plus 1, and this will be up to nums dot length j plus plus, and here we will put this condition that if nums of I plus nums of j equal to that of the given target. If that is the case, what we have to do is that we have to return an integer array, right? So we have to return here I comma j, right? Otherwise, just at the end return an empty array, right? So this is our brute force approach. If we will submit it, let's submit it. Okay, so here you can see this is a brute force approach. Now if I'm asking you about the time complexity of this particular approach, so we have this outer loop, and within this we have another loop, and both the loops we have till the length of the array nums, right? So what is the time complexity? You tell me, big O of n square, right? But here in the follow-up they have asked that can you come up with an algorithm that is less than big O of n square? So this is our first approach for sure, the brute force one, we can say. Is there any possible way, any other approach, any optimized approach that we can use to solve this problem? So can we do in this way? Let's say what we are doing is that we are using a hash map. How it would help us? So let's say we have, see how you can say that we need a pair. Okay, I'm just trying like how to deliver it to you. So yahan pe what we are having is that target is 9, and see how you can say ki that there exist two elements which will sum up to target. See here, if I have 2 plus 7, that is equal to 9. It means if 2 is there, what else I do need? Or let's say in this, let's say if 7 is there, what else I need so that I can have two elements which are equal to that of target? 9 minus 7, that is 2, right? Similarly, if you will take this example, so if 4 is here, what else you need so that you can say that yep, we are having two elements which sum up to target. So 4 is there, so you need 6 minus 4, that is 2. 6 is nothing but our target. You can write you need target minus 4, right? So you can say yep, you got the pair which is equal to that of the target. You got my point? So what we will do is that we will take each element and we will keep its entry to us, so that we can be sure that okay, this element we have seen previously. What do I mean? So 2 we have, so we have seen 2, and here if in this particular problem it's all about the indexes, it's all about to return the indexes of those two elements. So key of our hash map will definitely be the element, and what would be the value? The value would be the index. So 2 is occurring at what index? 0, right? We'll put the entry, and we will check what? We will check if target minus the same thing that I explained, the logic thing that I explained before. Target is what? 9. 9 minus 2 does exist in hash map or not? It does not exist, right? So that's how it is. So we'll put this entry. We can put this check actually in the starting itself, that if this like whatever the value you do have, if target minus that particular value, the value associated with that is existing in the hash map or not. So for example, here we have seen 9, here we have seen 2, so 9 minus 2 is 7. So does 7 exist in our hash map? As of now in our hash map there is nothing. No. If that is not the case, just keep this entry in the hash map. So what is the entry? 2 and the associated index, that is 0. Then we'll move to 7, right? Again we will check the same thing, that 9 minus 7, 9 minus 7 is going to give us what? 9 minus 7 is going to give us 2. So does 2 exist in the hash map? Does 2 exist in the hash map? Yes, it does exist. So means we have got the pair. We have got the pair of the indexes, right? The first pair would be the value which is associated with this value which we have got. So what is the value associated with that? 0. And the ith element on which we are right now. So what is that ith element? That is at index 1. So we are going to return these two. We have got a match, right? We have satisfied the given criteria. So this would be our logic to solve this particular problem. I would say better approach than the previous one, which was having the time complexity of big O of n square, right? So now if I will ask you what would be the time complexity for this approach, so only once we are iterating through our array, right? Only once we are iterating through our array, and in the worst case we can have approx all the entries in our hash map, right? So in terms of space complexity, we can say the space complexity would also be big O of n, because we are using an hash map here, right? So I hope the approach is clear to you. So let's see the code for the same. So map, and both the key and the values are of integer type. So new hash map, right? And then what we are going to do is that we are just going to iterate to our array I less than nums dot length I plus plus, and here we are going to check what is that first thing itself, that int val equal to target minus nums of I, and here we will check that if our map contains this key, this key as a val, if our map contains, so it means we have got a match, right? We have got the indices, right? So we will return new int map dot get val and the ith value, right? Otherwise we will just keep that entry, to our map. So mp dot put what is the entry, nums of I, and the I is the index associated with it, and at the end we will just return an empty array, right? So yep, let's submit it. Okay, so yeah, I hope you were able to understand the problem statement, the approaches that we discussed, and the code part as well. So thank you so much for watching this video, everyone, and make sure to maintain the consistency. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.